Hello, gamers! Oh, sorry if I sound a little weird. I just had a coughing fit like a minute before we went live.
Oh, good thing it was before you unmuted.
Right, no kidding. Welcome back to. Oh my god, my voice is just cracking. Hi, everybody! I'm hitting puberty! Oh, god. I drink some water.
An idea.
So, welcome back to the Polearm Challenge. It's been a couple of weeks. We just kind of been snoozing through December, but I figured we got to do at least one stream before the end of the year. So here we are, and we have a Jason.
Hello.
So we also have somebody's mount just kind of in. Oh, they're wearing Christmas sweater, even better. So last time we finished off the Waking Shores, except for a few quests that we missed, which we're gonna do now before we head on to the Ohn'ahran Plains. Did I turn the game? Game sounds just kind of quiet. So, Jason, were you here for Viridistraz's story?
I don't think so.
Well, to recap, this guy is a red dragon. I know he doesn't look like it, but trust me, he is.
Right.
And basically, he's all depressed because the last time he was here was thousands of years ago, and it was back before the entirety of the Black Dragonflight went crazy and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And his best friend was a black dragon.
Mm.
And he recounts how basically she too fell to the madness that befell her flight. And he came home one day to find that she had killed his parents.
Ooh,
Which had basically essentially been her parents as well. And so he had to kill her himself. And he still feels guilty because, like, was he not a good enough friend? Did she not feel like she could talk to him about the losing her mind? If he had been a better friend, could he have saved her? If he had told her that he loved her, could he have saved her? He still remembers everything about what she looks like and everything, and he can't even remember her name. And so, while heading around underneath the Obsidian Citadel, I found something.
Ah.
Jason's a little bit loud. Okay,
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
turn him down on Discord.
Oh, okay, right.
I'll decrease the Jason. Whoop, not to 30%. That's a bit, the bar just decided to go. There we go. So, a partially destroyed diary. While the back part is destroyed, you recognize one name written in the front part. Viridistraz. Oh, are you kidding me? I can't do the question? Okay.
Alright.
After all that setup.
Oh, God. Oh,
Awkward.
No. Alright, yeah.
Alright, we'll come back and do that later, I guess.
Alright, well,
Bye! I'm not high enough level to hand you this book. You'll just have to wait.
but it's just a book. Why can't... No, sorry. It's the rules.
Well, since apparently we're abandoning all seriousness...
Yeah.
Cheese! Yes, we have 20 hours of Cheesehead in our bags.
I like how it's like angled in a way that it also sort of like evokes like Silent Hill Pyramid Head.
A little bit. Also, there's another quest in here that is actually a little serious, but will be cheesed anyway.
Oh.
And that's what was hard to forget. Captivity, chains. You remember, don't you? You're sounding rough, old man. Save some strength for the walk back. So this is a weekly quest chain. We can do one part of this chain every week. So we'll be coming back here periodically.
Yeah, that's how Destiny has done all their new quest stuff these days, is in weekly quest chains.
Yeah, there's plenty of time-gated stuff in WoW too, but this is a time-gated, like, mini lore quest line. So fitting for Halloween, yes, true. cheese hat for Halloween. Duraz is old, sick, and stuff. Oh wait, hold on, I can talk to him. What does he say? Golgar didn't need to come. I know why I'm here. Duraz is old, sick, and stubborn as a Kodo. There was no stopping him getting on the airship to come here. Best I could do was come be his walking stick. I've seen him in pain enough times on the battlefield to know when he's hiding it. He's been getting worse every day out here. Could you help me get him to the potion makers? Hale's not doing the trick anymore. If you can carry our weapons, I can help him walk.
We need that special
Carry
ale.
our axes for us. It'll lighten the load in case I have to sling them over my shoulder. These aren't pole arms, ew.
Yeah,
I can
sorry,
still
I can't.
walk,
I
boy.
can't do that.
That's what you said after that Korkron took out both your knees at Orgrimmar. And I meant it. Cut down 6 of them afterward and would have kept going if... Duraz falls silent and averts his eyes when they pass the innkeeper. You're worried they know about your clan. No, they were too young, too far away. I pray that evil never reaches them. What if they learn one day? Some will. The others will get to live without knowing those things can happen. Hello.
Parkour.
Do you need to slow down? No, there is much to be done, to be said. Better to get on with it. What's... Bye.
Hmm?
Stubborn old fool. I'm editorializing that dialogue. It's like... Sorry. Good. You're still here. Thormkar, alchemist. My friend is sick and could use your aid. We have gold to pay you. What is wrong? Come closer. Let me have a look at you. Our aid will be yours without coin. I don't want to do your world quest, Alexstrasza.
The Isles welcome.
Bathoris frowns in concern as he looks over the old orc. I will examine him and see what I can do.
For dragonkind.
It is a good thing you brought him here when you did. I can tell he is in a great deal of pain, though he bears it well. So must we all when it comes time. I'm afraid that it is age that ails him, and not illness, but I may be able to relieve some portion of his suffering. Would you mind gathering some snap flowers, shallow lilies, and pure water from the garden nearby? I can create a pain medicine with these components if you find enough.
Honor all dragons.
Please, have your friend sit down and rest while you wait. Stay here, Duraz. I'll go get the garden. I want to sit in the garden. Oh, okay, bye! I guess that's the end of that scene! Are you sure you want to see? Never mind. Alright, come on, let's go to the garden. Just teleport it over here. Alright. Gone forever.
It's a nice garden.
It is. just the way they just boop.
Hmm.
Bothersome bee. Oh, I gotta
Very large.
fill a vial with water, right. They're like Minecraft bees, they're large.
Hmm. Maybe they're just much closer to the camera.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hmm. Certainly be.
Sorry, I think I'm gonna be clearing my throat for a bit.
Hmm.
The waters flow.
We wait to find the herbs. I've gathered the components for you. One moment while I prepare the medicine. Here it is. Please, take it to the old orc and remind him that I require no repayment. The red dragonflight values all life, even when it wanes. the dragon spawn willing to make anything? Duraz takes the potion from you with a small, sad smile. He almost looks disappointed by something. Duraz takes a small sip of the medicine and frowns, looking out at the rest of the garden. Don't tell me you're going to complain about the taste. This is how it should have been. What? They should have lived like this. The dragons, the whelps, free, unshackled, untainted. You're not thinking about the rest of the Dragon Maw. You're thinking about what you did. Every day of my life. And here they are making me medicine. Because they don't know. You answered for it, Duraz. You were in that camp for years. You stood against Garrosh, against Zayla, against Sylvanas. You regained your honor, and you defended it. I broke whelps younger than these, Golgar. Some honor can't be regained. A ruby whelpling lands near Duraz's leg, curls up, and begins to drift off to sleep. Drink your medicine. It'll help.
Strength and honor.
Duraz frowns hard at the whelp sleeping near him. He does not touch it. Golgar said you were in the Dragon Maw. What is that? My clan. He lowers his voice to a whisper, seeming very careful not to wake the whelp. During the Second War, we did unspeakable things to the dragons, all in the name of twisting them into our service and turning them into weapons, all in the name of glory. Nothing can ever undo what we did. You're doing your best. Have you ever stood knee-deep in dragon blood? I have. My best is worthless.
Farewell.
If a dragon spawn won't take my gold, I'll at least buy you a drink one day for helping. Why are you traveling with a dragon maw? Same reason I'd travel with any orc. We all have blood on our hands. Duraz has the sense to know that washing it off won't make it go away. There's something to learn from that.
Go forth to victory.
And we will see more of these two in a future stream. That's all we have for now.
It's very poignant. That it reminds me of, in Destiny, there's been a recurring theme of sort of that kind of like, we did bad things, and now we have to sort of like do our best going forward. But one of the most notable ones was there's a species of aliens called the Elixni that, until fairly recently, were really only developed as like they're bad guys, they're pirates. We had a big war against them, and this character, Saint 14, was like known as this major hero from that war. And then as the Elixni have been fleshed out and have started allying themselves with Earth against this other threat, there were these sort of like raised tensions about it. And there's a great speech where the leader of the Elixni, or like Saint 14 says something about like dealing with monsters, or I remember, it's the rest of the human city is being like racist against the Elixni. And Saint 14 makes a comment of like, you have to understand that they are learning to live with, they're learning to live with monsters, with the implication of like, I know you're not monsters, but that's how they're seeing it. And the leader of the Elixni is like, you want to hear about monsters? And tells this story of this horrible butcher that has murdered countless Elixni children and is the devil to them, basically, from these stories of what happened in the war. And it's very obvious that it's Saint 14. And it just sort of is like, if we are all to survive this, we all must learn to live with our monsters. And by the end of that season, of that sort of weekly chain, both of them are basically forgiven each other for everything and have sort of like started to get along. And it's one of like one of the best pieces of storytelling they've done. And I really dig that kind of like, yep, we can't change the past, but right now that's doesn't matter. We're here now in the present, and now we should get along.
Yeah. And it's either that or just perpetuate an endless cycle of revenge, and nobody wins.
Absolutely. Exactly.
The aspects have
Hello. We have much to discuss. Oh, sorry, I should look at what the quest text here was.
service.
The Green Dragonflight requires your aid now, hero. My sister's daughter and her flight have entered the Emerald Dream in an attempt to empower their own Oathstone, but we have heard nothing since their slumber began. Seek out the centaur that rule over the Ohn'ahran plains. You may well need their connection to the land and its spirits if you are to rouse the Greens. They are a proud and territorial people who do not suffer insult lightly. Speak with our ambassador, and he will prepare you.
We protect the
We have much to discuss, you and I.
honor.
The Green Dragonflight has returned to their gardens in the nearby plains. Queen Alexstrasza wishes for you to make contact with Merithra of the Dream. The centaur of those plains are fierce hunters. To reach the Emerald Gardens, you will need to establish diplomacy with them first. Be respectful, but show no weakness.
Guard, take this life bloom with you as a sign of good faith to the centaur. Its healing qualities will serve them well.
Alright, off we go. Welcome to Nagrand 3. Hi, Tamul. Tamul eyes you up and down with reserved curiosity. State your business in the plains. She's looking me up and down and she just sees this arrive.
Like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yep, alright. Sure. Behold, jeez.
Finally.
You serve as an envoy of the dragons, then. Times are changing.
I am not your
A gift from dragons may impress some centaur, but Clan Shikar must see how well you hunt. One of our hunting parties just brought down a proto-dragon infused with the power of flame. Prove your worth by aiding in the kill.
Well, even a young hunter can aid in a proto-drake hunt. Let us see what you've got, outsider.
You'll learn to love me, Tamul. You don't gotta be so cold. Whee! Leroy! So I have killed this dragon like 50 times because there's a quest to get proto-dragon skulls from elite proto-dragons, and this is like the easiest one to kill solo because of all the NPCs helping you. So I've just kept, and it has a quick respawn time.
Oh, makes sense.
Because it's a quest mob, so, you know, I just fought this guy a billion times for his skull repeatedly. Feels kind of weird not getting one, actually.
Hmm.
What road?
Worthy hunter, indeed. Well fought, outsider.
Weird, someone took all his skulls already.
Weird, someone took all 50 of his skulls already. That's so strange.
Look, proto-dragon anatomy is very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Speak up.
You are a more formidable fighter than I assumed. Do you want a sword or a bigger sword? No.
Go on then.
Hey, level
Strap
66.
it to the end of a long pole.
It's too short for me. Can you make it longer? Oh, new talent point.
Finally.
We have gained the ability to yell. What did I just explode? Oh, I exploded this thing by yelling really loudly near it. Can you the blade? No, everything else.
What?
Where is the...
You have fought alongside our hunters and earned a place at our fire. Our Khan is at our hunting post in the swamp, readying our upcoming caravan. I will notify her of your arrival and purpose. Surely you can find your way on your own.
My Khan is at our outpost nearby. Follow this path through the swamp. And try not to get eaten.
Don't worry, Tamul, I have a magic quest arrow. Also, I can fly. Whee! Thunk.
It has been 10,000 years since the dragons were last in the Isles. They are invaders upon your land. Join the Primalists. Embrace the storm. We will aid you in the battles to come.
Are you too not invaders? The Kanamatra welcomes the dragons to our Corral. Take your leave. The storm has no place in the lands of Ohn'ahran.
Your Kanamatra leads you to servitude. We offer a future of strength. When you see your error, we will be waiting.
So did you notice all the sign language that was happening? You extend a hand to offer Bosworth pets, but he stays stoically next to his Khan. Bosworth is currently working, and you should not pet service dogs on duty.
It's true.
It is true.
My voice is dedicated to my Khan.
And here's the Khan's interpreter. Because she's deaf.
Huh?
Out with it.
You outsiders seem to have a habit of meddling in the affairs of others.
Go on then.
Sansok Khan is the most skilled hunter in our clan. Though she cannot hear, she proved her capabilities time and time again as both a hunter and a leader. She's a mentor to us all, a trusted leader, and a fierce defender of the Maruk. It is an honor for you to speak with her.
You'll be back soon, sure.
I mean, when you think about it,
My Khan.
it's not just that outsiders have a habit of interfering. It's that by definition they do. Because if someone who's outside isn't interacting with inside, then they're not,
My thanks,
like,
Tomu.
an outsider, right? Because they're only outside relative to the thing they're interacting with.
Tell me of your goals.
As Sansok Khan signs, Okir vocalizes. Tell me, outsider, why do you enter Maruk lands? I need to speak to the leader of the Green Dragonflight.
We are preparing for a journey to the Corral, a gathering of all the clans across the plains. There, we will discuss the return of the dragons. We received word that an emissary from the Green Dragons will be present at the Corral. You may join us for the journey, but you must lend your aid to our clan.
Okay, I'll talk to you again in a minute, ma'am. I have side quests over here to do.
Hello.
Make it quick. Rosha has work to do.
Get some rest.
Is Farrier Rosha invited to the caravan? No. But who must provide shoes for the caravan? Farrier Rosha. And from whom do the Mudfins steal? Of course, Farrier Rosha. Bah! I would send Kassar, but who knows where he has wandered this time. Find my supplies. Teach those thieving creatures not to steal from Farrier Rosha. Go!
Fight with fury. Then rest.
Poor Rosha. She's toiled endlessly to prepare for the caravan, only for her supplies to be stolen by nasty Gorloks. She has lost so much already. I'm doing my best to assist her. Kassar likely went after her supplies alone, telling no one. It is his way. But he has been gone too long. Many dogs are missing as well. Would you please check on Kassar and the dogs, Escala?
Heed your blind spots.
Up for an adventure?
Ah, this is a whole quest reference to a quest from Vanilla WoW in Mulgore. My uncle told me many tales of his battle with a hornstrider named Nurgazurai. He told me of its fuchsia scales weaving through the hills of the plains as it seeks its prey, its razor-sharp talons and venomous bite. While I was out hunting, I saw the flash, but it was too late. It left me with a nasty bite in my shoulder. It was as terrible as my uncle described, but I came out alive. I need to clean the infection from his bite. Please, collect the reagents I need. Time is of the essence.
Stay sharp.
This guy even has a similar name to the NPC in Vanilla WoW as well.
What roads have you traveled? Go well.
Alright, time to go do that.
Alright. Ah.
Whee! Thunk. Someone there. Oh, an outsider. How? Haha.
Welcome. I have a story.
Thank you, Ascal. Let's get to work.
Heed your blight.
Bye. I have to do the other quest first. That's very silly. Baby scale biter.
Baby.
Baby. Oh, he looks at us. So, for those unfamiliar, these are Gorloks. They are an alternate evolution of the Murloc. Not to be confused with the Jinyu, who are a completely different alternate evolution of the Murloc.
Murloc, the Eevee of World of Warcraft.
The world quest that's broken right now. I know this because I was attempting to do it on my main earlier today, and it didn't work. Like, you have to talk to this one NPC to start a fight, but he isn't talkable to. So my theory apparently is that he fell asleep standing up.
I mean, you'd think a sure way to start a fight then would just be to hit him while he's asleep and he'll be mad when he wakes up. But...
You'd think. I mean, he's the guy who runs the fight ring. He's not the one
you
that
don't
you...
have to...
I mean, you can fight him if you want, but... You. No, target. You. There we go.
Amazing how you and your map become immaterial as you go through those trees.
Yeah, also I just realized I should be using the mount for this zone.
Hello.
There are too many Gorloks around us. We're not safe here.
May your prey fly low
Russia
and
sent you?
drop
She must be
slow.
furious. She's been through so much already. I could not return without securing all that was lost.
Fight with Yuri. Then
We have to
rest.
put an end to the Gorlok menace before we can return back to camp. Do you want to get out of the cage first?
May your arrow always
No, I'm gonna bring it with me.
Well, hold on. Of all the madness in this Gorlok village, I have discovered none so troubling as the Gorlok shamans. They are particularly vicious and play recklessly with storm magic with no regard for the consequences. This must be put to an end. Slay them and bring me their totems. Our mystics will be interested in them. You couldn't have given me this quest earlier when I was killing them for supplies?
get some
I
rest.
also I like that, because you're hitting the enemy there, and he's sort of calmly telling you this
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
just completely oblivious to the senseless violence in front of him.
I have heard the familiar howls and barks of Bakar that are missing from camp. Our beloved dogs are trapped in cages, waiting to be ripped apart by those things. We have a duty to our companions. Free them and witness the true might of a Shikar Bakar.
Fight with Yuri. Then rest.
Bag of biscuits.
May your arrow
Yeah.
always fly.
It isn't safe for us to remain out in the open, Muscala. The Gorloks forced my hunting companion, Baba, into a cave to the east. Set me free, then we will rescue Baba. I will meet you in the cave when the path is clear.
I shall join you next time.
Now you want to be let out, huh? Dematerializes the cage.
You see, the cage was never there to begin with. You simply thought you were.
Seems like some kind of metaphor.
Yeah.
That reminds me, you know do you remember in Legend of Korra that one guy, Zahir, who could fly?
How do I say? I haven't watched Legend of Korra honestly since it aired.
I mean,
but,
same, but
yeah,
you remember, yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So, there's a reference to him in this zone.
Oh.
Yeah, like that thing he quotes from that guru, whatever, like, you know, become air, like, there's just a variant on that from an NPC that is floating in the air. And I'm like, huh, that's a Korra joke. Like, I looked it up to confirm, and yeah, they reworded it, but it's pretty much the same sentences.
Is it originally from Korra, or was Korra
It is
also
originally
referenced?
from Korra, yes.
Interesting.
I've got so many dogs. Whee! Baba! Baba jumps with excitement. Bubby, oh, running in circles around him. Rest now, Baba. Here we are safe. I'll protect you. That's adorable. Aww. Puppy.
Be respectful.
There is an achievement for petting every dog in this zone. I just thought you should know.
Oh boy.
May your prey
Well, every
fly low
named
and
dog
run
in this
slow.
zone, except for the ones that aren't pettable like these ones.
Yeah,
Sure,
or when
look.
they're on duty.
Get some rest.
Yeah, and that too. Kasara frowns at the totems. These totems are for storm magic. Storm magic is sacrilege to the gift of winds given by Ohn'ahran herself. I'll deliver these to the mystics.
Heed your blind spots.
Magnificent beasts, aren't they? Every Bakar holds a special place. Every Bakar holds a special place in Clan Shakar. They are our fellow hunters, guards, and our most cherished friends. Use, give a Bakar a biscuit. Buppy, is this Buppy summon?
Get some rest.
Hold on, I gotta know, is this Buppy summon? We'll find out in a moment, once it's off cooldown.
Puppy summon for some reason sounds like name of a person to me.
Well, this is my new OC, Buppy summon.
Yeah. Oh, I know why it is. It sounds like a messed up version of like Buffy Summers, right? Which is literally.
Oh,
actually
sure, I was
a
thinking
name.
it sounds like a Homestuck troll name, but go
No,
off.
but like it's the same. Like just like there's so many phonemes, and then you put them together. It's like this sounds enough like other things. You're like, yeah, sure, this is also a name.
Language isn't real, we just made it up.
It's true.
Thank you,
Like time.
Yeah, we are safe in
Or that
here, and can
cage.
speak freely. Oh, that cage!
Yeah.
I will protect Baba from any Gorloks that dare venture in while he rests.
May your prey fly low and run slow.
The Gorloks of this swamp were once simple creatures. Pests, perhaps, but never raiders, thieves, or dog-eaters. It is their chief, Grulgulmesh, who has led them away from their nature. Put an end to him, and the Gorloks will threaten us no more.
Fight with fury, then rest.
Hold on, I see a thing that I'm curious about. Is it back here? No. Is it back here? Yes. Funny little chest. Prizes to be had, perhaps.
Jesus.
First of all, dink, dink. Second, what's your deal? Oh, I can just... Only the touch of fire. Do I have something that will make fire happen in a way that is useful? Can I make a cooking fire and melt it? Is that doing anything? No? How about that? I breathed fire. No?
What if we make it even colder, and then it will like become brittle and snap?
I don't think I can open this.
No. You need some specific fire, which is absolutely how fire works.
I probably need an ability that does fire damage.
You would think, but alright.
I mean, I don't have an ability that deals fire damage, so... Oh. Oh well. Oh, someone else is fighting him. Well, alright. This chewed-up hunk of metal was once a beautiful ornament of great importance to a Shikar centaur. Kassar may know more about the owner. I'm gonna... Wowhead Icy Lock. I'm looking up that particular treasure chest. Yeah, you need to do fire damage.
Do you have a means of getting something that will let you do fire damage at least?
I mean, potentially I could, but I don't want to bother going all the way out of my way.
Makes sense.
For
At least
one
now you
chest
know.
that's not going to have that much in it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Show me your hands. I shall join
With
you
their
next
chieftain
time,
slain, the
perhaps.
Gorloks will no longer bother us. I am astounded by how strong they became under Chief Gurglemesh. I've never seen such primitive creatures rise up against a mighty civilization like ours before. Are we not so different? So much further evolved? I suppose not.
May your arrow always fly true.
This medallion is all that remains of a dear friend of mine who ventured too far into the swamp this past season. I thought it lost to the elements. I caught this leather from her first mammoth hunt. We were children then.
Get some rest. May your arrow always fly true.
When we join Ohn'ahran in the wind, we leave these medallions behind. Although I helped craft this medallion, I am not its rightful owner. It should be returned to Rosha. It is the last memory of her betrothed. Take it to her, so she may mourn and be at peace.
Heed your blind spots.
Baba is rested, and Rosha's supplies are recovered. We can return without upsetting her further. Take some boxes when you go. I will send warriors for the rest.
I shall join you next time, perhaps.
Come, Baba. Let us return to Rosha with the supplies. Baba barks. See you soon, Escarla. Look at me, I got a giant box on my back, I'm wearing cheese on my head, I'm about to ride
Perfect.
a dragon, life feels good. And there's ore. Dink. Dink. There's a froggy. Bean. Thud.
I shall join you next
Is this...
time, perhaps.
Ah, it is. My beloved is in the sky, then, running with Ohn'ahran. I will join her in time. Thank you, Askyla. I'll remember what you've done for Clan Shakar, and for me.
May your arrow always fly true.
New ring.
May your
You have the
blade
supplies?
fly low
Good.
and
Leave them
run
by the
slow.
forge. Rosha looks around and
May
frowns.
your arrow always
Where
fly
in the Ohn'ahran Plains is Kassar? No need to worry for me, Rosha. All is well now. Worry? I was annoyed, not worried. I'm glad you're safe, Kassar. And so is Rosha. Come, let's get back to work. Well, Papa yips. Oh, right, I gotta do the stuff to get this guy's medicine.
Important.
It's like, oh yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. I yelled so hard a spider exploded nearby. Oh my god, there's two of them!
Two of them.
Two of them! Oh, hi. Bye. I don't need to fight you, so I won't. Froggy. Mudlopper. Whee! Look at the horns on this thing. I love that one of the crafting materials in this expansion is called maybe meat. I can't get over that. And for bonus points, when you cook it, you turn it into a food item called probably protein.
Oh, that's excellent.
And then there's a higher level version called hopefully healthy. Tail whap.
All we can do is hope.
All we can do is hope. Come on, surely one of these guys has a heart so I can stop killing otters. I don't want to do... They're not even hostile!
It's messed up.
Come on! Let me out of here! There we go. And some maybe meat.
Maybe me.
Maybe meat. I do like that it's the generic meat that could come from any kind of animal. It's just maybe meat.
It does raise the question.
Is it
If
meat?
it's not meat,
Then what is it?
What are the animals made of?
Trust your eagle eye.
Thank you. With these reagents, I should be able to stop the infection from spreading, then hopefully clear it completely. I owe you a life debt. Be wary of Nagazarai, traveler. His thirst for blood is unyielding.
Take care which burrow.
Hey, maybe I'll find him someday. I can get an achievement for taking a selfie with him. That's not a joke. There's an achievement for taking a selfie with that thing.
I feel like I heard about that somewhere. Like there's like a comment on like how modern culture has impacted video game achievements and the ubiquity of selfies or something. I don't know.
Sansok Khan gives you a slight nod. I'll write this stuff. As Sansok Khan signs, Okir vocalizes for her. It has been countless generations since an outsider like you reached our lands. With primalists treading on our lands and peddling forbidden magics, my people are understandably wary. If you were to travel with us, you must make yourself known. Introduce yourself to the members of my clan. As Sansok Khan signs, Okir vocalizes for her. While you travel with us, you must pull your weight. Unruly Gorloks have... Oh god, I have to go fight them now again! Unruly Gorloks have been raiding our medical supplies recently, and we must restock. Gather the orange blooms around the outposts so we can create more poultices. There are supplies around the outpost that need to be brought to the caravan as well. I would like you to gather them while you are out. Once you have everything, bring it to Timur. Awkward. This is probably when I was supposed to pick up the side quests. Why didn't I pick that up? There we go. Pet the doggy. Hubby.
Are you good?
I turn to our beasts of burden. Hi, Wiscal. Will you be joining the caravan to the corral?
Me? No. I'm afraid my hooves no longer take me to Marukai. But my beasts of burden are vital to the caravan. I shall ready my muskin to pull the wagons.
Oh, hey, these are the yaks from Pandaria. Seriously, why is it not looting? Come on. Pet the doggy? Very important. Wouldn't you agree?
I will be the greatest hunter this clan has ever seen.
You wish, Aru. Which one of us killed their proto-drake faster? What roads have you traveled?
Being a good hunter is all about speed. The faster you can take down a beast, the faster you can move on to your next target. I'm Escola. I'll be joining your clan for the corral.
Wow, I've never seen someone like you. How are your hunting skills?
You've never seen someone that looks like this, huh?
I will outhunt both.
Ah, weird.
Weird, I wonder why.
I have a skill.
I wonder how many cutscenes we can improve with this cheese hat. Knock, knock, open up the door. Yeah, take the quest item. I like the centaur music, it's good.
Yeah, got a nice like, percussive.
Yeah.
May
I don't know.
Onara's breath lift your spirit.
Onara whispered of your arrival, traveler. I'll be joining your clan for the corral.
The winds carried word of interesting times, but the arrival of your people has
Bit quiet, buddy.
I just noticed that I have a notification in my what's it, in the bar at the bottom of my screen that just says in large red letters flood. Huh. I haven't looked outside today.
Oh.
What?
Maybe keep your door closed.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm sure it just means that there's a lot of rain.
Yeah. It's been raining, and it's gonna keep raining.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's my favorite weather, so I don't mind. But yeah, it's just that there is a flood warning.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I mean, it's probably good considering how much drought California tends to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, you know.
Yeah. The rest of our tending clan has already traveled to Maracai to prepare our site. Caravan from this outpost will be the last to arrive.
I am not.
Don't bother me until you have the caravan provisions, yes.
Fine.
Scout Tamul looks over the gathered provisions. Everything seems to be in order.
He'll be back soon, I'm sure.
The Corral is a time of discussion amongst clans. Stories are shared. While there are many Centaur clans across the plains, we are all Maruk. The caravan is ready to go. As Maracai is some distance away, we'll make some stops. When you're ready to leave, find me at the caravan. Don't keep us waiting.
Finally. The caravan will be waiting at the gates. Do not hold us up.
Eight them all.
What?
The caravan travels slowly. Even you should be able to keep up.
You'll be back.
Walk with us, outsider. We have many stories to share.
On I get.
The Maruk Centaur include many individual clans across the plains.
Lore time.
There are 4 of us who hold the most power. Clans Tirai, Shikar, Nokud, and O'Neill. Clan Tirai are the keepers of our traditions. Their leader, the Ohn'ahran, is the cultural Khan of all Maruk. All Ohn'ahrans can trace their bloodlines back to our first matriarch, Tira.
First Dave Healthy Bot, after this exposition, I'm gonna go and grab
You can find our
some
camps
water.
spread throughout the plains, following the patterns of wildlife and game.
Clan Nokud has recently come to power. A generation ago, Shakan Khan led his people to defeat Clan Togus, taking their place of power amongst the plains. His son, Balakar Khan, now leads this clan. His father was a man of honor, but Balakar Khan did not inherit his father's patience or wisdom.
Remember that name, Malakar Khan. We'll be hearing that a lot.
My clan, Clan O'Neill, is made up of those who feel a direct connection to our god Ohn'ahran. She guided our founders, Maruk and Tira, to the Dragon Isles, and she has watched over our people ever since.
Hey, Wesso, welcome. I want that ore. I could get off, but...
The mystics of Clan O'Neill are initiated from many different clans, but we all followed Onara's call to serve her and our people.
The clans have their differences, but we share one culture. No matter our strengths and weaknesses, we are all Maruk.
Oh hey, there's the proto-dragon with no skull anymore again.
Mm.
As it took all 50 of its skulls.
Yeah. It's like, you keep taking skulls, I'm just gonna stop regrowing it and you have, like, cartilage instead.
Ew.
It works for sharks.
In your time, yes? You will have to share some stories.
I'd like a boneless dragon.
Hmm.
Have I ever shared the tale of my first kill, Bellica? A mighty horn strider with horns as tall as its legs were long. I keep its horn as a trophy.
Ooh, levitating wagon.
It was a good kill to me. My first was a mighty bear of ice and snow, deep in the frozen tundra of the Azure Span. My Bakar and I knew no equals. We were the talk of the Corral.
I hate when adventurers steal my skull. Me too, man, me too.
Mm.
We have reached our first stop. Circle the wagon, Shakar. It is time for a hunt.
No, bits works.
True. The bits, the bits, the bits, the bits.
What is a nugget if not a bit?
True. The ore node I wanted is despawned.
Out with it.
Take a breath, 2-foot.
Go on then.
Maruk travel from all across the plains to attend the Corral, and the gathering lasts many days. Feeding that many centaur is no simple feat. Clan Shikar's hunters provide meat for all of the shared meals. It is our tradition to hunt on our way to Marakai. You must pull your weight as well.
I am not your Aru! Bellica! Show the 2-foot how we hunt.
The hunt is on!
Whoever brings back the most game wins.
You find a large paw print sunk into the dirt. Looking around, none of the nearby creatures have paws, let alone of that size. Perhaps the centaur will be impressed if you hunt this great beast. My psychic abilities tell me that it's this way. I mean, it's canonical that the WoW player character is psychic, according to quest text.
But it's one of those things where you'd actually kind of think that would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, there was a quest in Vanilla WoW where
I know. Like we've talked about, the source of it, but I'm just
you
saying,
know this because you are psychic. Yeah,
it's used somewhat selectively, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like there are also a lot of times where you get into problems that you would think you would not get into if you were psychic.
We're only psychic when we remember to be psychic.
Yes. The rest of the time, entirely silent. Or however you pronounce it. I don't know.
No, this person's stealing my glory! The centaur will be far less impressed.
How deep?
Time to commit violence.
Ew.
But when are we not, really, in this game?
Sorry, I was double checking the pronunciation of something. What's the...
Time to commit violence, is what I said.
Planeswalker Mammoth.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a Planeswalker!
There's always the ongoing joke in Magic of that Planeswalker spelled differently. You know, it's like, oh, they're a person who can travel between worlds and all this stuff. Also, there used to be the mechanic of Landwalk, so there were various cards that had Planeswalk.
Isn't one of the types of lands called plains?
Yeah, right? So cards that had Landwalk for plains said Planeswalk on it, spelled like it's spelled here, right?
Good.
And so people would often, I mean, still do, like, they don't use Landwalk anymore, really, but people still make jokes about, like, did you know that Zodiac Rooster is a Planeswalker? Right? It's just like, oh, no, you mean Planeswalker. It's just, like, jokes around the homonym of it.
Scion could be a fun type of class, but there's not really any established lore there, unfortunately.
Every player class is a psychic player class, apparently.
I mean, yeah, fair, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Aside from that, which is probably not canon? Probably?
I mean, it's in the game, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. So is reviving after you die.
Is that not...
So is summoning mounts out of your backpack.
I mean, summoning mounts in the backpack, okay, that's a little... But, like, the coming back after you die, I mean, there is a in-universe canonical explanation for how that happens, isn't it? Isn't there? You talk to the thing at the...
Sometimes.
Hmm.
It's all kind of like it's not your time, but... I need one more, so let's beat up a sheep. I think if you do a sheep as your first one, they'll admonish you for it. Like the NPCs.
Yeah.
They'll be like, come on, you could do better than that. Oh, there we go.
Honorable kills, outsider. If you want to earn respect, you must hunt more dangerous game.
Finally. You'll be back soon.
You hunt as strangely as you fight. I hope our Bellic observed your technique.
I am not. I won! I won!
No, I am better than you. Sure, you killed more, but most of your game cannot be used.
Tomo looks the pelt over before offering a small nod. You defeated Conquilor, then. Not bad, 2-foot. He has evaded our hunters for many moons. His pelt always blended in well with his surroundings. Perhaps now our hunters can use his camouflage to their own advantage.
Go on then.
I hope you don't mind getting your feet wet. The next leg of our journey will take us across 2 rivers. Own Seshtang would like to share a story with you about our blessed watcher, Ohn'ahran. I happily leave you under her watch.
I am not your
Back on our dog. Doggy.
The Horn of Drusal will be visible once we cross the bridge. You must see it, 2-foot.
You ever see that one Tumblr post about someone asking what a centaur might use as a slur for two-legged races?
Um,
Yes.
it sounds familiar, but I don't really.
Ancient pact formed by
I don't recall it, no.
dragon named Marithma. Their friendship ended a long enmity between dragons and Maruk.
I'm gonna put it in live blog. There you go.
Afterward, the centaur hunted the plains and the dragons tended the gardens. But they agreed to help
Yeah,
one
right.
another in times of need. The Horn of Drusal was built as a physical manifestation of their oath.
Not really, Wesso.
But then, the dragons left.
I mean, I'll do you one better.
And after 10
Was there any
10,000
Warcraft lore before Warcraft existed?
Damn, that's deep.
I am interested to hear what the Kanamatra says about that.
I love that the Centaur have been here for over 10,000 years, but previous lore established that the Centaur have only existed for about 1,000 years. So
I
what is
mean-
the truth?
Well, I mean, the truth is that time doesn't exist.
Right, yeah, of course.
Other than that.
And there's a place here called the Temporal Conflux that probably has something to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
It was she who granted us.
It's like, no, one of these histories was written in a different numerical system. They were counting in base 100.
The Centaur were created 1,000 years ago, and then some of them went back in time to start here.
That also works, yeah. I assume the ones that went back in time then created the ones 1,000 years ago.
Now, the ones 1,000 years ago were basically the children of two demigods.
Ah.
So either that happened earlier than intended, or the founders of these clans here haven't even been born yet and are going to go back in time later on.
Later, they will have had already gone back in time.
Ohn'ahran, the Wind Mother, is the ancestor of all Ohn'ahran. She
Where's my book of,
Maruk and Tira
what
to
is
the
it?
plains.
101 time travel tenses?
Songs to advise our people.
What the hell is that book called?
There's also the possibility that it's just like a convergent evolution thing, and these Centaur and those Centaur have no relation. Never mind the fact that they're culturally identical, basically. Don't worry about that. And also the fact that these guys, after 10,000 years of isolation, have the same culture, more or less, as the Centaur on the mainland. Don't worry about it. Also the fact that they can speak the same language as us. Don't worry about that either.
No, don't,
I hear her call.
don't worry about any of that.
Linguistic drift is not a thing.
No, well, like, again, it's one of those things where it's like, you would think that, like, someone would, like, the only reason there is not some philosopher somewhere who's, like, trying to point these things out and construct an in-universe version of, like, Platonism is because the writers don't want you to know this, right? Like, actually, this, it's like, why are all these things? Well, we're gonna create all these convoluted explanations and ignore other things and hope that everyone just goes along with it. Oh, alright.
I mean, you can tell Blizzard has never once hired a linguist or consulted a linguist ever, because in the last expansion there was dialogue talking about the ancient language of the first ones, and how it's not like other languages, it evolves. Yeah, like a language.
Wait, hang on. It's not like other languages because the ancient language evolved?
Yes, it changes over time, unlike other languages.
Yeah,
Like,
into
what?
the other languages, right?
That's what. Do you know?
Like, are you just talking about, like, you know, Proto-Indo-European?
Every
Like,
other language stays exactly the same forever.
Sure. Yeah, tell that
Obviously.
to the book of 1784 slang that my brother bought the other day.
Yeah, right.
We
Like
sure
I said,
do still talk like that.
Like I said, you can tell Blizzard has never consulted a linguist
No.
ever.
What news do you bring, outsider? Go with
I sense something on the wind.
Do your best.
The wind is restless here at Scala. Ohn'ahran is reaching out. I must answer her call. I need reagents for my ritual. Reeds from the riverbanks, feathers from the tails of mallards, and the heart of a salamander. Gather these materials from the river so that I might heed her voice. Convenient that all the reagents you need are right here. It's very either your spell has very flexible reagent requirements, or it's just incredibly convenient.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I found it. Yeah, it's Dr. Daniel Street Mentioner's Time Traveler's Handbook of 101 Tense Formations. No, that's like... I mean, that's particularly glaring because I don't... Like, the idea that language evolves is, like, so widely accepted that it's, like,
They had to come from somewhere.
the lore of some ancient language that is, like, you know, in some way inherently magical or whatever, comes from a bunch of people talking about, like, well, we know languages evolved. If we go back far enough from before it's changed at all, then that must be, like, the perfect version before it got degraded by people changing pronunciations and words and everything, right? Like, that's the basis for, like, the idea of magic words, basically, in Western culture.
Oh yeah, like the ancient language in Aragon, probably.
Yeah, although that one's a little different. If I recall, the ancient language in Aragon was not... Like, it's not inherently magical. It's
Oh yeah,
that
because
the
you
great
can do
people
wordless
enchanted
magic.
it.
Yeah, because you can do wordless magic in Aragon.
Yeah, but
It
like,
just
yeah,
is
the
harder.
idea that, you know, like, again, literally Plato basically tries to make an argument that words actually represent real things rather than being just made up sounds that arbitrarily mean things, which is what we generally now accept to be the case, on the basis of, like, here's the etymology of these words, but clearly they've gotten, like, their ancient Greek clearly actually accurately describes reality,
Obviously.
but ancienter Greek more accurately described reality because people change things, is, like, Plato's position. And then everyone since then has either... Basically, a bunch of people since then have done the same thing with their own languages, generally, to amazingly, like...
So what I'm getting from this is
You
that
know.
caveman speak is the most accurate way to describe reality.
Well, I mean, so... Again, the problem is that the people who came up with these ideas lived in, you know, a time when cavemen were not understood as a concept, and so they sort of had, if, you know, most famously in the West due to the prominence of Christianity would be the idea of the Edenical language, right? Whatever was actually spoken by Adam in the Garden of Eden when he spoke with God initially. And that's gotten, you know, moved around, the Jewish people initially arguing that it was Hebrew, and then be like, well, there's the Tower of Babel, so your modern Hebrew isn't the same as that Hebrew, but maybe because you guys were the first ones to write down this religion, that's the most basic one, and so then a bunch of non-Jewish people started talking about Hebrew, and then you get into a bunch of anti-Semitism, trying to like argue that the people who actually natively speak Hebrew are wrong, and your weird idea about how to change the language to fit your religion is more accurate, and then everyone started fighting in holy wars, and
On a lighter note,
it's like, oh,
on a lighter note, I'm just thinking about stuff like pronunciation and accent drift between like Americans and British, and I remember someone saying that technically a more accurate reading of Shakespeare would be in an American accent.
yeah, like in a American Southern accent specifically.
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
But yeah, so it's like exactly that thing. It's people have noticed that kind of change and have tried to like figure out like, well, what if we like, and the people who notice it often are people who are unhappy with the changes they observe in the world, and so they think of these changes as being somehow bad, even though that's not true, right? It's just that people are actually changing words for sake of convenience and to more accurately communicate the world around them, and it isn't better or worse than other languages. It's more appropriate to the time. That's how evolution works. You don't actually go towards better things. You go towards things that are suited to your environment.
What is it with amphibious animals and not having hearts, by the way?
I mean, speaking of evolution, when stuff was in the water, it was a lot simpler. It had less parts. Right?
Also, going back to the ancient language from Aragon a bit, I still think it's absolutely wild how that ended. Wasn't it the bad guy found the this is based on like 10-year-old memories. Didn't the bad guy find like the true name of the ancient language itself and make it so that it can no longer be used for magic by anyone other than him or something?
I think that was his plan. I don't think he succeeded, if I recall.
I don't remember the details exactly, but I know that then Aragon did a wordless spell without the ancient language to make the bad guy understand all the pain he has ever and suffering he ever caused, and to feel it all himself as if it had been done to him. And he was so overwhelmed by this that he actually killed himself.
Yeah, that part that I definitely remember. I couldn't remember if that was wordless because he did the thing, or if for some reason I thought Aragon had managed to also figure out the name of the language, and somehow that was involved in doing that. But I
don't remember.
Again, I also haven't read it.
All I know is just like, God, what a way to end it.
No, I mean, I really do dig that as like, here, you've done these bad things because you don't actually you don't understand what you the pain you've caused. Here,
curse of empathy.
Yeah, right. Which again, that's we were sort of talking about this in another direction before the stream, but like you have this idea from particularly more like Eastern philosophies of that everyone actually is the same person. It's just that we don't realize it because we're sort of locked into the attention of this one perspective.
Oh yeah, like the egg.
The egg is basically it reduces, and simplifies the ideas of a lot of actual, theologies down to the sort of core look, you shouldn't be an asshole because you're being an asshole to yourself. You just aren't in the other position right now,
Yeah. Anyway, Ohn'ahran's song is fleeting. We must work quickly. Yeah, sorry, I had to kill 5 billion salamanders. Excellent. I'll use these materials to interpret her song. Ohn'ahran does not speak in language as we do. Her voice carries through the very winds. We mystics are trained to feel her presence, follow her call, and interpret her messages. Ooh, it's interpretive. Got it. I've used the materials you gathered to bind totems to this particular call. Aid me in a ritual to center her voice, then I will interpret her song. Let's do it.
Has this interpretive language evolved over time?
His totem's not working. That's fine.
Unfortunate. It's light up the right. Okay, it's it. Just forgot to load in the thingy.
I guess. The storm is an omen of grim portent. Trouble is brewing.
The storm is Onara's most dire warning, an affront to her gift. We must be wary.
Okir vocalizes his Sansel Khan signs. Marukai rests beside a mountain near this grove. Our journey is almost over. The Corral is a time of truce amongst the Miruk, but On Seshteg's omen is troubling. We must stay on our guard. Back on Doggy. Here we go! Oh man, there's an ore node over there I want. I should have checked first. Oh well. I can go back once we arrive.
Marukai is just ahead. It is a grand and sacred
thank you.
place.
Yes,
Centaur are from
I'm a
all
big
around
fan
the
of
gathered
Avatar. I'll get this little fragment in there eventually.
Ag, I'm clipping! Ag!
Each season we meet for the Corral, a time of truce and communion. Clans large and small come together, sharing our resources and our stories.
I feel like they didn't time these very well. Like, I think it should have been faster because there's so much empty air between dialogue. It's strange.
Mm-hmm.
I do look forward to reconnecting to my peers.
Yeah, I was like, I'll wait until we're done with this caravan to go get food. Oh, it's been... Oh well.
Awkward.
And
A caravan from Timberstep Outpost approaches. The final cart has arrived.
Sorry, I'm looking back at chat. The comment of when you're a demigod, 12k years and 1k years is about the same. And then the other subjects we've discussed reminds me of like the the author Borges.
Say again?
Borges?
Nope.
Does like magical realism. Anyway, he has a short story about these two theologians who get into arguments, or like who have a rivalry of basically, writing polemics against various weird sects that have come up that they consider heretical, and they like hate each other, and it's the big thing. But the like sort of the important part is that one of them then makes some comment that is considered heretical themselves and gets burned at the stake, and then the other one lives but then dies also in a fire when like lightning strikes his house. And then it's like, this last part of the story can only be told in metaphor, for it takes place in the kingdom of heaven outside of time. And the one guy asks, like, why did I get burned to death? And God says, like, oh look, from this far away, I literally could not tell the difference between one person dying in a fire in 1 year and another person dying in a fire the next year, and you and the guy were so similar that I thought it was you, so I burnt you. It was like, oh, yeah, over, when you're immortal, literally everything eventually is gonna get like, oh God, was that 1,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago? Was I talking with that guy or that other guy who was kind of like him that I met?
Even worse if you're in a
3,000
time
years
loop.
later. Yeah.
Because this loop were 12 loops ago.
Or again, if time is not actually a line in any sense that can be looped, but it's actually just this sort of like cohesive mass of possible events correlated in ways that like you don't ever really realize in kind of the same way that, again, from Earth, it looks flat and people thought it was flat. It's like, no, but it's not flat. It's a sphere. It's like, well, time's linear. It's connected in, from cause to effect. It's like, well, yeah, because you can't look at it from far enough away. But maybe if you had a large enough, wide enough perspective, you'd realize it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe time is a cube, but not like the time cube guy thinks, because he's super fucking racist.
Ooh.
And
maybe if we ever figure out if wormholes are a thing, I've heard that wormholes can supposedly violate causality, so...
Exactly, right? It's like, oh, we've managed to figure out a real good explanation for everything on the scale of, mortal human beings on Earth. But, the entire, like, that's still a limit that we have. And from a larger perspective, maybe we'll realize that things we think are fundamentally true are only locally true. Like linear time.
Then rest.
Anyway, we finally finished the caravan.
Oh. Great.
Welcome tomorrow.
On that existential note, I am going to go get some water. I'll be back.
Okay. Ascents up con signs. Okay, vocalizes for her. World of Warcraft is a game. The Maruk, as a people, are not staunchly against outsiders, but we do require any potential allies to prove their worth. As you meet the clans and aid in our ventures, word will spread of your support. On the lower level of the Krutal on the hill, you will find one of the ohn'ahran's daughters, who can help you see where you stand with our people. Be sure to introduce yourself. I'll pick up the main quests later. We have side quests to do, boys.
Have you eaten?
I'm the quartermaster for the Maruk. If you prove useful to us, then maybe I can supply you with some of our goods. We'll see. Don't get any big ideas.
Go well.
And I can get these things.
Care for the land, and it will care for you.
Toy arrive.
Farewell. May your family be blessed with daughters.
I get bonus rep because I have rep on my main.
Yes. Goodbye.
Between gossip amongst the clans of the Corral and news from my mother, the ohn'ahran, I have a good sense of how my people feel. If you ever wish to know your standing with the Maruk, come to me. Or look in the interface, because it's right there.
Welcome. I have a story.
I have hunted with Khans, outrun our fastest Bakar, and wrestled a full-grown Bruffalon bull bare-handed. As a hunter, I've nothing left to prove. However, as a partner, I still have much to learn. Windsage Dawa of Clan O'Neill is my heart and my joy. I wish only to prove worthy of his love, but I know nothing of traditions and rituals. I require the wisdom of the elders in Marokai.
I shall join you next time, perhaps.
We're gonna help this centaur get gay married, everybody.
What did I miss?
Hi, we're helping this centaur get gay married.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Hammett. Hi, Hammett Jr. What am I doing out here? Well, apparently these Shikar fancy themselves to be great hunters. I came to see it in person, maybe join one or two of these grand hunts. Turns out we have to prove ourselves to be able to join, which should be a piece of cake for an accomplished hunter such as myself. If you get confused, just make sure to follow my lead. he does not get invited to join the Grand Hunts.
It's a Ernest Hemingway joke.
Probably. Hammett, Nassingwary Jr. and Sr. are recurring characters since Vanilla WoW.
Just because, like, I think Ernest Hemingway was, like, infamously sort of, like, had this very, like, macho hunter persona that he had.
To the bravest Shikar, gather your best and head on over to the Fields of Ferocity. You could be crowned the fiercest of them all. Prove your might. Show us your best fight. Terms and conditions apply.
Everyone else to the fields of, mildness.
Well, off with you then.
There's been a primalist attack in the Shikar Highlands. If you have information or you think you can help, head over to Pinewood Post and look for Olek. Tell him I sent you. I sure hope the Dusty Hoofer remembers me. Keep to the roads, Scholar. The plains are not as peaceful since all this change arrived.
Good luck.
Let's do the Fields of Ferocity first. Whee! Dunk.
Time is money, friend.
Hey, you're no centaur. You'll do.
Be good.
Welcome, one and all, to the Fields of Ferocity. While this sparring field is used for traditional events, the centaurs have graciously allowed me to set up shop off-season. They say it tests their strength and brings them honor. You want to take home the title of champion? Well then, let me know when you're ready and you can take on the introductory competition.
Keep it real. Hey, how
And
you
he's
doing?
bugged and can't be spoken to. Great, that where applies for the...
Womp womp.
And that applies to the actual quests as well. Got it. Okay, we'll do that another day.
Unfortunate.
Awkward. Okay, let's help this centaur get gay married then.
Huh?
As you do.
Yeah.
Actually, before we do that, I believe just up here somewhere.
This is sacred land.
Told you. This is the Korra reference.
Oh, wait, hang on. I had tabbed away for a second. Let me seriously change that. Yeah.
It's
Oh.
here.
Okay, yeah, no, I see. I think that they are, yeah, okay.
Like, that's definitely a Korra reference.
It is definitely a core reference, and I think that also is also possibly tangentially maybe inspired by some of the same stuff, but definitely, like, specifically is.
Hail, outsider. The winds tell me of a group taking shelter in the ruins of Emberwatch. They seem only interested in the past, while we centaur choose to live for the present under the grace of Ohn'ahran. Nonetheless, they are guests in our home. I fashioned for them these wind chimes so they may hear Ohn'ahran's presence. May it bring their hearts some joy and comfort.
Where will the wind take you? Allow the spirits to sing through you.
Oh no, wait, this is the one getting gay married. I think.
I think normally you need 2 people for that at least, I think.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, Hunter Narman wanted us to help get a blessing for his proposal to Windsage Dawa. This is Windsage
Okay.
Dawa.
Roads have you traveled?
Oh, Iskala, do you feel comfort under the sun? Do you feel safe under its bright caress? Does each new day represent hope for the future and a chance to live your life as you've always dreamt it? Then you know love as I do. Norman of Clan Shakar is my son.
Oh,
he is
boy.
my warmth. He is my light. He is my hope.
Yeah.
A man like him deserves a proposal worthy of stature. We must seek guidance from an own.
Stay sharp.
So we're helping both of them propose to each other.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's excellent. I'm sure we won't run into any kind of gift of the Magi nonsense.
I thought
Nah. I received an interesting letter from the Oniri Springs. As for the letter's contents, it details, quote, horrid imprisonment, controlling mentors, and extreme boredom. It is formally signed by Initiate Radia. There's also a sketch of an eagle kicking a centaur named Maloon off a cliff. Well, I suppose this is a call for help. If you're so inclined to see for yourself. To be frank, I think Radia is probably okay. She sends me such letters often. Someone's bored. Alright, let's help the centaur get gay married.
Greetings. I thought you might come.
Ask about Dawa's proposal. How wonderful! Tradition would suggest you fetch some sweets for family. Hearthkeeper Erden makes a fine pudding. Keep it concise. A short gesture is a strong gesture. Okay, let's get some pudding.
I have something for you.
Sell my other nonsense. Because I'm not Leo and I like to keep my bags clean.
Oh god, that's what I was gonna do. I need to clear out my inventory in Destiny at some point. It's completely full. It's so easy. It's so easy to just like, I'm gonna stick this here and I'll worry about it later. And you look at it later, you're like, this is really cluttered. I should clean it out. Oh, I'll worry about it later.
Just putting Leo on blast for no reason. Yeah. Ask about Narman's proposal. A proposal? Nonsense. Tradition is very clear on this matter. Fetch some sweets for the matchmaker. A nice tart will do. There are many ceremonies to be done.
Oh.
Wait, am I getting treats from the same? Yep.
Need supplies? You have my gratitude.
Oh boy. I love that you say they're not that clogged. So you admit that they are clogged.
I mean, you know, everything is clogged to some extent. It's just sometimes that level of cloggedness is so low that it is apparent to be zero.
I have brought you sweets on behalf of Windsage Dawa. Oh, how delightful! Such treats must be shared with the entire clan. That Dawa is kind to follow tradition, but we Shikar have different values. We pride ourselves on mastery in our own crafts. To love my son is to love the hunt itself. A gesture of the hunt would be more appropriate. Dawa is no hunter, however. There is no shame in it. His duty is to answer to a higher call. There is a large gruff muskin by the Nokud Enclave. Seek it out and bring the horns to the Windsage. They'll make mighty ornaments for Narman, and the rest of us will feast from the remains. Oh boy, they both want to do traditional stuff, but they're different clans and the traditions are different.
Oh boy. I've seen this episode of the sitcom before.
What roads have you traveled?
I have brought some sweets for you, matchmaker. Sweets? Bahaha. Denota sent you. She knows I can't resist a good tart. While tradition does dictate an exchange of offerings between families, true compatibility comes from ancestral guidance. Fetch some cirrus flowers and place them before the burial mound. We will consult the bloodline. Oh, I glance over and I see someone's been banned. What happened? Goodbye forever! I missed whatever just happened.
Oh.
What's it, a spammer? Add, yeah, okay. Goodbye forever. Ew, gross. Like, thanks, didn't ask.
Oh.
Sometimes the game just doesn't loot for some reason.
Oh, hello, Arcana. Hi.
Oh, kitty.
Kitty. Yeah.
Baby time.
Hey. Indeed.
Do her favorite activities still include looking at you?
Well, sometimes, although very often it is no sitting on me.
Oh.
And unfortunately also just scratching at things, although generally stuff that's not actually, like, particularly damaged by it.
Does she have a scratching post?
Yes, it's the one thing she doesn't scratch.
Of course. Have you tried modeling it for her?
I have, yes.
Okay, it doesn't work, okay.
No.
Well, you tried.
I think it might be too narrow. She's, like, it tends to be, like, wider things that she scratches at, like the sides of chairs. So
Okay.
I might just, like, try to get a larger scratching thing.
Alright, let's make this offering.
Alright.
Hi, I got these flowers from 2 feet away. Who dares to awaken Saran Khan? Pardon, Great Khan, we beseech your blessing and a betrothal. Go on then, ask. Great Khan, I come before you for your blessing in seeking the hand of your grandson. I am among the mightiest of Shikar hunters of the current day. I can hit the eye of Bruffalon from 60 paces. I am faster than... Enough! I care not for your accomplishments. Is your love true? It is. Then you have my blessing. Stay true as you claim your arrow to be, hunter. Love? This is far from traditional. It's like, I can do all this cool stuff. Yeah, but do you love him, though? Look, I've been pinged on Discord. I've been sent a very good image and I need to share with the class.
Oh boy.
Posting it in live blog.
That's not that old of an image. But
That Poogle looks so sad.
yeah, that Poogle has realized like that they have ascended and seen that they are being viewed from the year 2023, and they have seen all that will come
They don't like it.
between these two moments.
They've
They
seen
don't
what's
know how to
happened to
deal with it.
Neopets and they don't like it.
Yeah, they found out about the whole Scientology thing.
Ooh.
You heard about that, right?
Oh, I've heard at least one thing about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
The weather is turning. Blessings.
Arbog's horns. They'll do just fine. Arbog was once the mightiest musket on the plains. These are a fitting gift for the mightiest hunter. I'm sure Norman will appreciate them. Perhaps one day he'll teach me to hunt. An O'Neill huntsman. Ha! Imagine that.
Go well.
Hello.
I would sooner ask all the stars of the night sky to admire me back than claim to be wholly worthy of Dawa's love. Nonetheless, I will find the courage to proceed. When the time comes, will you assist me with a grand proposal?
May your arrow always fly true.
I have to go over here. I know I can... Oh yeah, I have to go back to Dawa. Okay.
What roads have
There's a small pond by the Mirror of the Sky where Norman and I first met during my initiate training. Initiates travel up there to be closer to Ohn'ahran so they may feel the wind. I first saw him in the reflection of the water when a sudden breeze opened my eyes. It is the most beautiful sight in all of the plains. It will be the perfect place for our proposal. I'm going to help Windsage Dawa and Hunter Norman with their proposals.
Uh,
now it will be quiet.
Send for Norman. He will know the place.
Leo, if you think my audible pain is funny, just imagine the inaudible pain.
How is your hunting?
You have great timing, Escala. As per tradition, I have received the blessing of both families. I am ready to proceed. There's a small pond by Tirakai where Dawa and I used to meet. Send him there and I'll be waiting. Dawa's already headed towards the pond.
Heed your
Already?
voice.
Then I must hurry. Meet us there when you're able. I love that they both had the same idea for where to meet for their respective proposals. That's sweet.
I mean, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
The local thunder spires
I will not be doing a world quest. Goodbye. I don't care about the local thunder spines, Nadelia. Aladia, whatever, however it's pronounced.
Oh, what is it? Oh, now she's looking at me.
Here they come. Dawa, I must ask. Norman, I brought you here to ask. Did we just? We did. Want to get married? Sometimes it just works out like that.
Yeah. No, it's I wrote a short story for class that had a very similar thing of just like both parties like being really anxious about confessing love for each other, and then they basically just kind of like without ever saying it are just like, oh, okay, no, we can just skip to okay, cool, we're on the same page here.
Thank you, Escala. Dawa and I will always remember what you've done for us. Come, Norman, we have much to plan. Yes, we must tell our clans. I've learned how to make celebratory cake.
Oh boy. Is not all cake celebratory for your celebrating that you have cake?
True.
Oh, I need to go get my lunch from the toaster oven. I'll be right back.
Oh, I could participate in the grand hunt. Sure, why not? Ah, hey, it was supposed to be asleep. I've been lied to.
Surround you are dangerous. Thin their numbers.
None the thimbers. Yes. Heck, I fell on the ice. I sleeped. Roomy shell. We're out here committing violence tonight.
Back.
Welcome back. We are participating in a grand hunt.
Oh boy.
Is this sort of an event thing? I keep forgetting, like, that I'm wearing the cheese, even though it's right there.
It's amazing, you know, you put something on, and then after a while, you just kind of, you know, forget about it.
Yeah. It's like, that's just what a scholar looks like, right?
Yeah.
Ascala, the cheesemancer.
There was a thing in Magic's Unsets. The second one, Unhinged, had at the bottom of each card a word that then, if you put all the cards in the set in order, gave a bunch of names Like, that probably weren't actual cards, but the joke was that, it says, like, here are some cards that didn't quite make the cut for the set. And one of them was Nachomancer.
Let's see. I was gonna say something I forgot.
Was it about cheese magic?
Yes, actually, it was.
Was it that cheese is one of the fundamental elements in the Egyptian magic as portrayed in Rick Riordan's Kane Chronicles?
I didn't know that, but if true, big.
I was trying to think of other places where cheese and magic intersected, and that was the one that came to mind.
Yeah, no, it's in the main city in Valdrakken. There's bronze dragons. Their domain is time magic.
Sure.
And so there's a bronze dragon shopkeeper who sells magically aged cheese.
Oh yeah, that's great. Perfect.
A responsible use of time magic.
Yeah. Look, when your whole thing is that you have magical control over something that's not even real, you gotta get inventive with it, you know?
Oh, the other
Ow.
guy also died, so he wasn't there to finish up the last percentage of
Jeez.
health.
Uh.
Well, we'll try again.
If at first you don't succeed, well, first you have to come back to life, but then, try again.
So true. No, I'm not ready. No. No. Go away. Go away. Not ready. Go away. Go away. Go away. Okay. Forgot I don't have water walking on this character.
Someone comes to check out the stream, they tune in, and they just hear you saying, "Go away, go away." Like, oh, jeez, all right,
jeez,
fine.
Wow, so rude.
Ah.
We'll come back to this guy, I think. I got stuck in a tree. Cave here somewhere.
Ah, lightning-infused rocks. Or as we call them, microchips.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right, what's the thing that's people don't seem to appreciate how, modern technology is essentially based on the fact that we tricked a rock into thinking.
Yeah.
But it's not that simple. First, we had to trap lightning in the rock.
Join the hunt. Prove your skill.
Meanwhile, we're just kind of meat that tricked itself into thinking.
Yeah.
They put lightning in the meat.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh jeez, oh boy. Well,
First we put the lightning into meat, then we put into rocks. What else can we stick this lightning into? Water? No, wait, don't. Ah.
Your skills impress me, Two-Foot.
What the? Oh. I thought it sounded like someone was knocking at my window, which is very strange given that I'm on the second floor, and then I realized that it must just be the wind. Right? It has to
right? Surely it has to be.
Yeah. No, I guess it's I quite rainy out there, so I suppose the wind's just
Amazing the things will rationalize away.
yeah.
Well, we got a customization for our companion that we don't have yet. Wowza. Let's see if that turtle's still alive. Yep, turtle's still here. At this point, it's a matter of pride. He wasted, like, 2 entire cheeses for us.
2 entire cheeses.
Because when we died, the cheese buff went away.
Mm.
I'm gonna post this Neopets image in another server.
Peace and prosperity.
Okay, there's now 2 other people here. That should be enough, I hope. I guess we're going out here.
One of my favorite things was I was playing Destiny with my brother, and we were having trouble with the thing. And we got loaded into an instance. It's like, oh great, there's like 5 other people here. Now it'll be easy. And then unfortunately, none of those 5 people knew what they were doing.
Oh.
Like, ah.
Hey, got a toy.
A toy? Oh boy. What does it do? Amazing. Nothing can hurt you now.
You'd think. I know there's a similar one that's enter your personal egg that I also have.
Hmm.
Whee. What else have I got as a prize
My
now?
hearth awaits you. Where will the wind
More prizes. Yay.
Show me your hand. Fight with fury.
Let's turn in these trophies we got.
just in time for the hunt? Stay sharp.
We're already almost at rep level 5 with them. Let's see if the fight arena's working yet. Hey. Nope. He's not worky. Alright, let's do this side quest now. Guy fashions some wind chimes for these guys for comfort. Since they're guests or whatever.
Okay.
Whee!
Dragon riding was a good addition to the game.
Hmm.
Ooh, Kazgarite.
Oh, it looks like one of those things that they use to make mittens. Or whatever, right? The little the bits that they were like, what do these do? And no one could figure out what they were, but they found them at a bunch of archaeological sites. And then someone was like, oh, you use that to like knit a glove.
Hmm.
Tenubala.
What's this? How fascinating. It must be an ancient artifact of great importance. We'll need some time to study it. AKA, you know, the wind chimes that a guide made just a minute ago for these guys as a present.
You know, I mean,
It must be an ancient artifact.
Yeah. Again, you know, time is fake. It is an ancient artifact thousands of years from now.
I guess.
We are all historical characters to someone in the future.
True. Well, assuming that there will be people in the future.
Well, we better make sure that the future has people, though.
True. A dragon scale expedition requires your assistance. A sky scribe was sent to the ruins to gather information. They should be uninhabited, but I can hear his shouting from over here. He must be in dire circumstances for it to be audible at this distance. On this expedition, we take care of our own, even the insufferable ones. Seek him out and protect him from whatever danger he has found.
Walk in the moonlight.
Make haste, Escala. The sky scribe may be in a grim situation. Whee! Thunk.
Yes,
Meanwhile, this guy yelling at this book, "Do not presume to know my intentions. Correct my spelling again, and I will tear out your pages."
Oh, we all know folks like that, don't we?
May I help?
No, just me who's in a writing grad school program.
He's like, "Goddamn autocorrect." Well, of course I'm shouting. The book will not listen. What else am I to do?
Have you tried seeing it from the book's point of view?
Good. I was just thinking that I'm in need of an adventurer like you. Strong, sturdy, willing to work for a trivial sum. It is as if I willed you into existence. Well done, me.
Oh no.
These ruins seem to have brought the attention of others. We cannot rely on them to excavate it properly. They will taint the samples. Take this. Deploy it around artifacts of interest around the ruins. It is enchanted to perform any necessary duty.
These times are troubling. Watch your back.
A sundered flame are here. Would you trust anyone claiming to be sundered with precious artifacts? I did not think so. Regardless, we need to know what they are here for if we are to proceed. Gather what you can recover from them, and report back to me with your findings. There are more pieces to this puzzle than what we will find in the ground.
The Nightborn shall reign.
I don't remember if we've seen the Sundered Flame on the stream yet at this point. They started in the Drakthir starting zone as one of the Drakthir groups that was like, hey, actually the dragons suck because they didn't tell us anything, and now we're gonna go be evil. And so then they started basically a rebellion with other dragonkin now, and now they're evil, I guess. May or may not be working with the Primalists, unclear.
I guess the knitting explanation has actually just now been, like, dismissed. So we're back to not knowing what it's for.
Oh, good, perfect.
Like, yeah, you could, and people have made things like this for that, but we're pretty sure that they didn't actually do that.
And this guy just yelled, no, this is my area. I will find it. The humming, it will not stop. Ah! Oh, that's encouraging. We're getting artifact fragments from these guys. I'm sure that there's absolutely nothing to be concerned about for that. It's insufferable! Make it stop! The humming, make it stop! I don't know, I'm not sure if violence is gonna solve your problems here, guys.
What? But then we would have to think of something else. If not violence, then what?
Also, hey look, a Drakthir. There we go. Spinny. Can you hear it? It is mine. Also totally not concerning.
Yeah. Everything is fine.
Everything is so normal over here.
Absolutely. Right? I mean, everything here is like this, so that must be normal.
Right, exactly. Oh, the Black Locust whispers, hear me and obey. Good.
What if I just, you know...
I don't think it's visible in chat. Let me hide the chat box for a second. Yeah, in the Black Locust whispers, hear me and obey.
How about instead I, you know,
we'll gather
sacrifice you for 3 mana of any one color.
These ruins are ruined enough.
Night guide you.
They are still looking for something. Then why did you bring me this garbage? We have to find it before they do.
Our era has come.
Bah, we will learn nothing from the slaughter of laborers. Seek out their leaders. One of them will know what we need. Oh, and Descala, listen to them before you kill them this time. You may learn something useful.
These times are troubling.
Their behavior is most unusual. I need to see it up close. Rendezvous near the top of the ruins. I'll find somewhere safe. Right. Neltharian's locus inside my head. He truly is the destroyer. Orders from Sarkareth. The Aspects are complicit in the Destroyer's crimes. Find evidence of their attempts to control us. Speak out. Resist. Scale Commander Sarkareth. That's the head of the Drakthir group that became the Sundered Flame, previously known as the Ebon Talons, I believe, or maybe it was the Ebon Wings. Ebon Scales, that was it. Ebon Scales.
Got there. Ebon, some piece of dragon anatomy.
Yeah. Recruitment roster. Pages filled with recruitment strategies and instructions to find an artifact of the Nel'Thuzan ruins. Ooh, it was a rich deposit. Hold on, I need that. I definitely need it. Dink. Dink. Ooh, iridescent ore fragments. Increase my mining knowledge. Don't mind if I do. What's my knowledge at? Not much
Gotta
yet.
know more about rocks.
Gotta know more about rocks.
What are they?
What are rocks? Neltharian's magic is too strong. I've lost my will. Neltharian, for those unfamiliar with the lore, you may recognize him better under the name Deathwing. He was one of the dragon aspects and he went mad. He was the reason behind the previously mentioned at the start of the stream, Fall of the Black Dragonflight. Yeah. Shattered ornament. Sundered by the sundered flame. Precisely what Adenini Dal whatever feared. I don't care what his name is. That guy. The shadowy whispers from below. I can't resist. Yell. And a map. This map lays out the ruins in sections separated by their estimated age. A symbol of the destroyer is scrawled in the margins.
Like, age of this area. 1,000 years, give or take 11,000 years.
I've heard stories of the magnificence of dragons and their kin. What kind of dark magic would turn them into such pitiful beings? What have you learned? Oh, the Black Locust whispers, you are mine to command.
The Nightborn shall reign.
I have seen a sickness like this once before in my life. I had hoped to never see it again.
Night guide you.
I hold no love for the sundered flame, but even I cannot stand idle while they rip themselves apart like this. It is all too familiar. Whatever this locust is, it is safer in our hands than in their clutches. Follow the trail of bodies, and I suspect we will find it. Do be careful, Escala. I worry we will find the nest is not quite as abandoned as it appears.
Walk in starlight.
Oh, the Black Locust. Dink. Hello. The call, an enchanting melody calls to Hypoxicron.
That's an excellent name.
New D&D character. Hypoxicron. Sounds like the new Transformer.
Oh, I mean... Yeah, no, yeah, that's also... Like, all the, like, basically every phoneme in there is, like, such a good one that it's been used by a bunch of people just because they sound cool.
The Black Locust whispers, seek me below. I have him in my inventory, shut. Good,
yeah,
you got it.
And what part of your screen is the thing for the inventory on?
Now we make our escape. Find me at Emberwatch. It's like, damn, he's good at escaping. He just dematerialized.
Yeah. You know, again, it's like that cage earlier. It's easy to escape when you realize you were never material to begin with.
Oh, thank the stars. Join me, Scholar.
We are eternal.
I'm glad you made it out safely. Do you have the locus? Like mist on the night sky, the speckle of this gem demands your attention. Perhaps you should keep it. I don't like that.
No.
Our era has come.
Thank you, Scholar. You've been most helpful.
Count Geralt's mountain.
It really is quite enticing, isn't it? The locust was too much for the sundered flame. However, it fits just right in my hands. Funny that. Dendel shakes his head. Perhaps not. Not this day. Not again. Take it from me. It is not my burden to bear. Goodbye, dear friend.
The Nightborn shall reign.
I have traveled all over the Isles with my clutchmate Malifron. We were inseparable. I'll find him once more. Oh, that was one of the guys we killed earlier. Is it so, Ascala? Whatever their name is pauses for a moment and then looks back at you. I do not blame you for his death. The sundered flame will be held accountable in time. Now please, spare me some space to grieve.
Looking to buy?
Panda. I love Pandaren. This guy's grooving. Look at him go. Well, someone's had a bit too much to drink, I think.
Yeah. That or, you know, it's not like we've seen any
We have hidden too long.
Any artifacts that impact people's sanity or would cause them to behave rationally.
Yeah, fair enough.
We rejoin
This was
the
found
world.
in the Nelthazon ruins. Fascinating. Its markings are ancient, but they bear a resemblance to other artifacts we've discovered in and around the ancient machinations of Deathwing. Further study is necessary.
We shall endure.
Just how much more of Neltharin's legacy is out there to be found? I do not believe this will be the end of it. We must be prepared when the time comes. We have work to do. I'm sure just handing over this mind-altering artifact to them and not following up is a good idea.
Well, yeah, because, you know, the artifact told you not to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
One would assume. It's fine. Like, is there no end to the secrets of this lore? It's like, no, actually. It will continue as long as people are getting paid to write more expansions of this game.
Here's the Dragon Scale base camp.
More of the legacy is likely to be found until the end of time itself.
True.
Good day, dear. Look always to the sea.
Supplies acquired. Yeah, currency. And over here, Boss Magor.
I only accept the finest drafts. Interested in some fine goods?
Oh, I mean, I can buy the plans. I can't learn them yet because my blacksmithing isn't high enough level. That's funny. Recipe: salad on the side.
But reminds me of the book I bought in Japanese. So like, I can buy this now, but I'm not going to be able to read it for a while. Seems interesting. I'm here. May as well. Still can't freaking read it.
Yeah, anvil. I just made a great belt I'll be able to wear at level 70. Unfortunately, I don't have the ore necessary to craft other stuff.
Mm.
To get my skill up further. That needs draconium, which I'm out of. That needs draconium, 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 and that needs draconium. Great! Oh,
Alright, remember to put draconium on the shopping list.
And this needs to be... And this needs something made by jewel crafters. Okay.
So how rare is draconium?
I need to find draconium instead of severite deposits. Look at this 104% upgrade. I can use it in 3 levels.
Hmm.
Oh. Behold. Rupert, the gentleman elemental. Or the gentlemental.
Gentleman.
Look, oh my god, his little top hat on the side.
Side hat.
Good day to you. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Goodness, well, I do like to have a fine old time exploring. Thank you, Rupert.
I wonder if the top hat or side hat is something that like Rupert
Makes
got.
him like that? Or
well, no, or like if that is like, you know, an elemental. I don't know the specifics for Warcraft, but generally is, you know, a manifestation of, you know, an elemental force.
Yeah,
and I wonder if the top hat is not a piece of clothing so much as
a piece of his body?
Being a manifestation of, like, the elemental force of gentlemanness. Right?
God, I hope so. Oh, this is still bugged. Oops, I accidentally pinged the map somehow. Sometimes my mouse just decides it wants to get stuck somewhere.
Mm.
Yoop. Whee. Whee. Dunk. All the severite deposits. Give me some draconium, please. Please.
Hold your dog.
Darren, he's still hoofing around, is he? Thank you for coming. We can use all the help we can get.
Off with you then.
Hold still, little brother. The wound is messy. I'm not little. I'll heal just fine, Oleg. Let me walk it off. Walk? You can barely stand. Be still.
My hearth awaits you.
If you're venturing out into the pines, please slay any storm-touched animals. It is not easy for me to ask, but they're clearly in pain, unable to be helped, and spreading the aggression. I suspect it's the Primalists' doing. It must be coming from their outpost nearby, where I saw a strange magical altar at work. I'm going to go investigate again. If I'm not back by the time you return, Scout Watu can brief you on additional tasks. We're grateful for any help.
Good luck.
Thanks, Escal. I'll be back soon, hopefully with more information about the Primalist outpost. Stay sharp. I thought you were bandaging this guy's wound!
Up for an adventure? Go well.
How frustrating. A rabid stag did this while my brother Oleg and I were scouting. Watu gestures at his bloody leg and winces. Are you here to help? After the Primalists attacked, our herd of Argali scattered into the pines. Their wool and milk are essential to the camp's functions. Take this whistle, which commands Wish to herd the Argali back home. Sondo the Butcher has her favorite treats if she needs extra encouragement.
Take care which burrows you search.
You.
have a story for you.
Hello, I would like to buy some diced meat. For 5 copper? Wow, that's cheap. You doggy. Ready for action. Ore node over here, then I want it. Yes. Oh. Unyielding stone chunk. Get hurt. Oh, it's got like a long cooldown. Great. And I guess it makes sense. A dog can't be everywhere at once, but... What do we have here? A rock wall, and then behind it, some part of the serverite. Yep. I do like that. That's the thing now. I think my psychic mining sense alerted me to this being here. Also, there's a shovel here in case that teleports you out in case you're in there. Either you go in there and you're not a miner, but someone else opened it up. You go in there and the wall respawns behind you. That's to make sure you don't get stuck in there. Which is very smart of them to add.
Sorry, I had to respond to something, a thing from my family. What was that?
I was just talking about the shovel.
Okay.
Storm touched
I
shards.
just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
Jagged minerals, it's still bloody from the beast you pulled them from, and crackling with energy. The shards are smooth and slightly hot to the touch, lightning sparks deep within their core. Maybe Watu or Oleg would know more. The thought of parting with the shard fills you with compulsion to hold the shard close, to keep it forever.
How many rocks are we going to be psychically convinced into hanging on to?
We gotta have a rock collection!
It's the Brian David Gilbert video about the cool rock.
I'm not sure if I've seen that one.
I don't remember where I saw it. It was like I found this rock in my house, and I thought it was really cool. And now I'm afraid if I stop looking at the rock, I'll cease to exist. That's what the rock tells me, at least, or whatever. I don't know.
I don't think I've seen that one, but it sounds like something he'd make. I remember it's time to get good at darts. Also building your personal brand, that's a good one. Hi, I'm Hugh Brandity. Brandity brand cocoon.
Yeah, there is a rock in my house. It's the one I was thinking of.
What roads have you traveled?
So, where our golly live. Give Wish an extra pat for me, will you? I'll do it myself, but I can't move.
Trust your eagle eye.
The bind should be a little safer now.
Go well.
Watu doesn't register your presence. He remains sitting, favoring the injured leg, and has his eyes closed.
Trust your eagle eye.
Watu mumbles to himself, eyes closed and arms crossed. Of course I get gored by a stag, of all creatures. Now I'm just another one who needs help. My brother will get all the credit, and no one back home will be surprised. Watu looks up. What? What's that you've got there? Glowing rocks. I'll look at one, but take the rest to somebody else. I'm a hunter, not an archaeologist. Watu snorts, glaring at his leg. Maybe this is a sign for me to switch jobs. Go on, you've proven more useful than I.
Stay sharp.
Wouldn't that be the domain of a geologist?
I don't know, do you think he knows?
You know what? Fair point, actually. You make yeah.
Well then.
Do you know anything about this shard? Haven't seen anything like that from my travels, nor from my travelers. It's certainly not from these planes.
Hello.
Do you know anything about this shard? Sorry, my specialty is foodstuffs. Though you say this grew in an animal? That's unnatural. I'd burn it and bury it.
Get some rest.
Oh my god.
Wait till you hear about kidney stones.
Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this shard? Basan takes a shard and knocks it against a piece of iron. It's tough. I could sharpen that and put it on the end of a spear. He hands the
What about
shard.
an end of a pole arm?
Yeah, right. He hands the shard back and wipes his hands roughly on his leather apron. I don't like touching it. Doesn't give me a good feeling at all.
But it's all tingly with like electricity.
Hey guy, you good? You just went ugh and you wake up all bloody. Also, you're standing up now.
What roads have you traveled?
Watu stares at shock at his leg, newly bloody and pierced with the shard.
Ah. Good. Great. Love that.
Watu stands up easily, as if his injury was gone. I stuck the shard into myself. Nothing hurts anymore. I feel good. Great. Immense. Oleg still isn't back. Something must have gone awry. He should never have gone without me.
Good luck.
We have to find him now.
I know this trope.
You did what? I had to
good
act.
time.
I feel better than ever. You're out of your mind. Watch out. You have to remove it. Stop telling me what to do, brother. Die, beast. No. You AoE'd, you idiot.
Well then,
No.
trust your eagle eye.
Watu rips the shard out and gasps for air. I completely lost control. Oleg was right. This terrible magic has to be the Primalists doing. Please, stop them. I must get my brother back to camp.
Off with you then.
Oleg, can you stand? Ugh. Lean on me. Come on. So he took the shard out, but he's still walking. I guess he's like, well, it must have been psychosomatic. Or maybe it's just the adrenaline now that he's letting him walk.
Yeah, or I mean, you know, I can think of a dozen possible. Like I obviously I have no idea what it'll actually be.
Or he's just sufficiently determined.
Or you know, I mean, maybe I also could be. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, you pulled it out, but it's something still left behind. You know, we'll see.
Well then,
You've returned. I felt the destruction of the source from here.
take care which burrows.
I sent an eagle to Marikar with information about the shards and primalists. This is bigger than what we could handle ourselves. I'm sorry, Oleg. As I understand it, you weren't completely yourself. The shard amplified my desire to act, not think. I lost my rationale. In that case, I accept your apology, little brother. We'll keep you far away from such shards in the future. I wouldn't touch one with a 10-foot spear. But if you do, try not to fry me like a tall strider's egg again. I swear by our ancestors. Let's go see a disgruntled initiate. Oh, there's another grand hunt in the area. But we won't be doing this one.
Have you seen some of these creatures in the ohn'ahran plain?
Bonk.
Well then.
Who are you? Ordvin sent you? He actually reads my letters. Radia snorts with surprise and pleasure. Thank Ohn'ahran.
Stay sharp. Hold your dog.
I'm grounded indefinitely. Doesn't Odin know I'm turning 16 next spring? I should be able to leave when I want to. You look like you could help me out. I do have an escape plan. By channeling these totems, I'll concentrate the air and create quite a stir. But I can't go around placing them because I'm under maximum wind watch. Even Togo won't help me. But with your help, please, I promise I'll show you something cool.
Off with you then. Go well.
Breezy. After all said and done, come back and I'll work my magic.
Almost 16, huh? So, how's aging go with centaurs? Is that akin to humans?
Presumably.
Or... Okay.
Why are you grounded? Do I look like a criminal to you? I just wanted to see my friend. I didn't even travel that far. I could still see the geysers. Everyone is so strict. We haven't gotten there yet. We're chronologically busted.
I told you. Time's not real.
So we are currently in the future, I guess.
Yeah. Quick, someone take note of the winning lottery numbers before we are in the present again.
This is sacred land. Where will the wind take
Time to make our escape. Where did this come from? It worked. Let's hoof it. Idiots, contain this squall. Yes, Windsage. On it, Windsage. I know the aura of this wind. Radia, face your own, now. Radia?
I love how we absolutely were just completely complicit in creating a small tornado so a teenager could, like, sneak out.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, no harm, no foul, I'm all for helping the kid sneak out. The tornado feels a little like, can we find a safer way to do this?
They had it under control.
Eh.
Phew, thank you. Freedom.
See you soon.
Mystic training is so boring. I'm watching water be wet half of my days. My brothers are already out in the wild hunting drakes and primalists and making a difference in the world. Anyway, I promised I'd show you something cool. Did you know mud stompers love bush fruit? It grows nearby among the geysers. Go pick some and we can feed them together.
Good luck.
Maybe the reason it's so boring for you is because you have failed to appreciate that it is not the water itself that is wet. Or some other nonsensical, you know.
tvtropes.com/main/ice cream cone.
Yes, yeah. Basically. My argument is that water is wet unless you're talking about literally one
molecule.
Yeah, one molecule, right? Because if being wet is to be covered in water, well,
there's more than one bit of water.
Yeah, so it's all covered. It's all covering each other.
True. You make a good point. Hold on, you guys. I want this. Hold on, guys. I want this treasure. Okay, fine. Blade Storm. Was it worth it, gentlemen? Ooh. Wee. Get infruited. What?
I moved my hand and accidentally unplugged my headphones.
Ah. I love that we're able to throw them directly at their mouths and they can just eat them without moving.
My heart awaits you.
Seems like they like you. Or just the fruit. That's okay too.
Go well.
The animals are comfortable around you. That's a good indicator of your spirit. Actually, can you keep a secret? I want to introduce you to my friend. Nobody else knows about her. You have to promise me first that you'll keep this between us. My own would exile me from the plains if she found out.
See you soon.
Okay.
Off with you then.
Great. Follow the path around the lake and meet me by the small grove up ahead. Spin. Move it, Mystic. Now, or your pet suffers. Let go of me. Uh-oh. Togutsang's Oh'nahran glares at you. May I turn this quest in? There you go. Dortolota's stare is beady and accusatory. She huffs. Perhaps the Oh'nahran can help you find and rescue Radia. This bird is walking. Ooh, molten ceravite deposit. Don't mind if I do. Yoink. I'm on fire! Ah! Ow! Ow! I'm on fire! Ah! I'm a little wedged, also. There we go.
What roads have you?
It's a shame you don't have the cheese head on anymore.
Oh, I can fix that.
Well, just because you said you were wedged.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Just like.
Jeez, how many of them are going to show up all at once now? Now I get a quest to kill 5 guys or something, and I'm like, I don't know. Okay, finally I can take a moment to breathe.
My heart awaits you. Farewell. The weather is turning.
It's you! Thank ohn'ahran. I was pretending to be hurt to fool the next brute who dared to come in here. Ugh, the hooflicker has put some binding spell on me. I'll figure it out. They've got Lizzie in the cave. Please, save her. I'll figure out how to free myself. Do what you have to do.
Where will the wind take you?
Pick up the quest game. There you go. Ah, Lizzie. Lizzie the lizard.
Yeah, you know.
Fine if I go in the cave, but if I come out, that's a problem. Lizzie is exhausted from being subject to storm extraction. Her large glassy eye fixates on you, and her body is tense and slightly hunched. She clearly does not trust your presence yet. Then, Lizzie noses at your pack where you have an extra bush fruit. Where did I get that? I picked up 5 and I gave 5 of them out. Where did I get an extra one?
I mean, it's, Ascala picks up 5 bush fruits. She gives 5 bush fruits away. How many does she have left? 1 bush fruit.
Apparently 1. Yeah, 5 divided by 5 is 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
It is. And now 1 divided by 1 is 1, so I still have a bush fruit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well then.
I mean, you can't get something from nothing. So if you've ever had a bush fruit, you must always have a bush fruit.
Sure. Ratty is unusually quiet and trembling slightly. She looks upon the tortured beast.
Stay sharp.
This is Lizzie. She's my Excuse me. Of hiccups.
I have been listening to a podcast that it is a very detailed history of philosophy all the way back to, like, it starts in pre-Socratic, Greece and goes they're up to the Renaissance, and it's been 400 episodes, right? And it's amazing the weird, I've applied logic and come to this strange conclusion people will come up with. Like, my joke about the bush fruit thing is no, that's legitimately sort of how people thought about things in various philosophies over time. When someone comes along, it's just hey, what if you just have 0 of a thing, but it's somewhere else? And then they say, well, that's ridiculous. And that's, and everyone gets angry because they use words differently.
This is Lizzie. She's my secret friend. I've been taking care of her since she was rejected by her mother. This isn't looking good. Whatever they did to her was beyond my knowledge. I have to bring her home. My own may ground me for the rest of time, but Lizzie must get help. I'm ever grateful to you, Ascala. I'm sorry this was more trouble than you signed up for. If you wouldn't mind one more adventure, please face my own wrath with me. Meet me back at the springs.
Farewell.
Good girl, Lizzie. Let's go. Whee! Just casually scanning nearby ore nodes for draconium. None yet.
I'm sure it'll turn up eventually.
I got some at some point, so...
Yeah.
You've returned. Look, Lizzie's gonna be alright.
Yay!
You needlessly risked your life and that of your companions, after all of my warnings. You are here because you're capable and gifted, and that makes you very interesting to everyone, Radiga. Real danger lives in these plains. Consider this before we meet next. In the meantime, don't underestimate the beast you've brought back. They're not pets. Her name is Lizzie. I'm glad Godoloro found you. Where'd you learn how to do that totem trick? I snuck into your class. Well, color me sky blue. Don't stay mad at your own. She won't admit it, but she was worried sick about you while you were gone. Look, Lizzie likes the warm water of the springs. Yes, she'll recover with some time. I'll leave you to be.
I'm just imagining a bunch of, Lizzie's species, but it's just the capybaras that lounge in the Japanese hot springs or whatever.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, I found some draconium.
Is it enough?
Almost certainly not.
Yeah.
I got a total of 5. But it's a start.
Yeah.
Pardon, Ceravite. Don't mind if I do. Severite? Ceravite?
Spines have infused lightning energy.
Oh, there's draconium in that cave. I gotta go get it. I gotta. Kill.
I want to be full of pizza.
Ooh. Me too. Not to escarpy this cave.
I mean, I feel like compared to most sediment, these are pointedly not sedentary, but
Yeah. I mean, when you put it like that.
you know?
Yeah.
Greetings.
More prizes.
See you soon.
Okay.
What roads have you traveled? Care for the land, and it will care.
Do I have to be level set? Oh no, okay, just wasn't gonna give me the rewards, so the quest crashed. Anyway, I want you to know something very important about Lizzie. You can come back and help out for a couple of more days. And then mount. Nothing will stop Lizzie from her mission to eat all the world's fruit.
So, you know what? That's an admirable goal. You know, I mean, all these other lizards, they're like, I want to eat all the junk food in the world. And Lizzie's just like, no, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to eat all the fruit.
Anyway, we're coming up on 3 hours now, and my eye's a little sore, and I think we've hit a good spot, so I think we can call it here for today.
But so, like, out of curiosity, so you have Lizzie as a mount because on your
main.
On your main. So if you have that mount, and then you go to where, like, is Lizzie still in that?
Presumably, yes.
Pond? So if you were on that mount and went there would just be 2 Lizzies, and no one will comment on that.
I mean, you can do stuff like, let me see.
That one just seemed particularly like, oh, there. Yeah.
I can just do this as well.
Fine. No one ever notices. Weird.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Greetings.
Tyvon is the goodest boy, just so you know. You'll get to see later. Trust me,
I
he
believe
is.
it. You look like a very good boy.
Mm-hmm. All right, but yeah, that's it for this time. Happy New Year, 2001, everybody.
Yeah, happy New Year. It's already New Year some places, right?
True.
Australia.
Yeah.
I always think about how Australia being the first to have the New Year, and after 2019, everyone's like, "Oh, okay, Australia, how is 2020 gonna be?" They're like, everything's on fire," and everyone sort of laughs about it, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, huh." Here's to a wonderful 2023, everyone.
Yeah. I'm gonna place down infinite baskets of fish because this toy has no cooldown for some reason.
Can you get enough to like crash the game?
No, they despawn after a bit. But...
Oh damn! Because that would be great if that's just how we like.
I mean, if you got enough people doing it at once, I'm sure, but.
Well, it would be very funny for that to be how the stream ends, is rather than manually going offline, you crash the game and your computer shuts down. It's like, oh, well, there you go, it's over. All right, folks, up for some New Year's sushi.
The earliest ones are starting to despawn now. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a couple despawn. Yeah, I think.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that.
Right. Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone. See you in 2023.
Bye.
Bye.